back to my channel, Vibe Tribe. Thank y'all for always tuning in, supporting your girl, and showing up for me. I appreciate it. This is my last official vlog for 2025. Let's clock that tea, y'all. Let's clock that tea. I honestly think that I did an amazing job this year with my content and my vlogging. I did a lot better than I did in 2024. So I'm proud of myself for that. 2026 is all gas and no brakes. Okay? All gas and no brakes. I am waiting on my new camera to come in, so you guys will get different visuals and different angles from you, girl. And I'm excited about that. What about y'all? I'm excited. But this vlog, y'all, is dedicated to the fact that today is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve. It is 1:52 p.m. I am just getting back home. I left today to go run a few errands. I always get to go to Seven Brew on the weekends. So because it's a holiday, I'm off. I decided to drive to Burleson to finally go get me some Seven Brew. So I did that this morning. I also had to run by Walgreens and pick up the last few pictures that I need to complete my vision board. And then I went by Home Goods because I have been looking for a purse bowl. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, get on TikTok, type in hashtag purse bowl. The girlies are having bowls or putting bowls on their dresser, and they're dumping their contents into the bowl daily. And it's really honestly for girlies who switch their purses a lot like me. I literally switch my purse every day to match my outfit. So I went to Home Goods and I was able to find this beautiful gold bowl. It says it was made in India, y'all, and it was only $7.99. So I'm happy about that. This is going to sit on my dresser. And yeah, I'm excited about getting this together. I've always wanted a purse bowl, and I have been going around to different thrift stores to find one and couldn't find one that I was happy with. So shout out to Home Goods for this one. While I was at Home Goods, I was also able to find me a pack of pocket folders. It's 6 pocket folders in here, 2 each of 3 different styles. I'm going to use these for work. So I've been using file folders, and it's crazy. Like, a lot of my receipts and paperwork and things fall out of those folders. So I'm happy to use a pocket folder now to keep all the contents in here. And I'm going to use our label maker at work to label it like completed work, work to be completed, important documents, and so on and so forth. So I'm happy I was able to find these. These were $6.99. So shout out to Home Goods for that as well. And those were my only 2 finds at Home Goods. I did peruse the aisles a little bit, and I seen a bunch of other shit that I want. But I'm not going to start off the year blowing money fast because I am not a part of the BMF gang. I'm not. And I'm not even going to act like I am. So 2026, we're going to be more mindful about the money that we spend and the things we buy. Plus, I told y'all in some previous vlogs that your girl is trying to become a minimalist. So I can't keep buying shit but saying I'm trying to become a minimalist. It got to make sense. So some of the things that I had in my hand, I did put them back. And I only got 2 things that I really, really needed. So clock that. I'm happy about that. But this vlog, y'all, is going to be a sit down and talk with me vlog. And it's dedicated to the fact that as of yesterday, December 30th, I am officially 1 year post-op. Let's make some noise. 1 year post-op, y'all. It has been 1 year since I had bariatric surgery. So we're going to sit down and talk about it. We're going to sit down and talk about what this year has looked like for me. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons of the surgery. We're going to talk about future plans since the surgery and just all the things. So let me get situated since I just walked in the door, and let's get into it. I wanted to make this video because there's so many people out here that are interested in having the surgery, questioning, you know, whether or not they should. There are those who have already had the surgery and may be questioning if they made the right decision. They might be early on in the process and just doubting everything. So I wanted to make this video to show others what 1 year post-op looks like, what it feels like, and what the future holds with it. So that's the reason I made this video. So let's get into it, okay? I am here to tell y'all that after 1 year of having gastric bypass surgery, because that's what I had. I didn't have the sleeve, I had the bypass. I am feeling the best I've ever felt in my life. Now, I know it differs for people. There are people on different plans and different regimens than me, but I'm here to simply talk about mine, the plan that my doctor made for me, and why I feel like I've been successful in the process. The word that I would give it, y'all, I would probably have to say healthier. I don't think I'm the healthiest, but I'm a lot healthier than I've ever been before. So let's talk about what led me up to having the surgery, why I decided to go that route. So my high school and college body was always amazing. I felt like I was always healthy throughout school because I was active. I played volleyball, I was in sports, I was doing a lot of things in school, so moving around was never an issue for me. It was after I came home from college, I want to say my freshman year of college. Once I came back home, I just started eating and gaining weight. And it wasn't all eating, let me say that, because I also had my first child between the ages of 21 and 22. So after my son, actually with my son, I gained 47 pounds. Most of it was water weight, but that's a lot of weight for someone to gain within a pregnancy. And with my daughter, I actually gained even more. So after I had my son, it was a lot easier for me to lose that weight because I was still young. I was in my 20s and I was still active. So I bounced right back after my son, but I didn't bounce back after my daughter. So a lot of the weight that I had on me for years. My daughter's 14 now. So I've been holding on to that weight for years, and it's been fluctuating. It goes up, it goes down. I think the heaviest that I ever got was 291. And for me, that was a lot. I don't know about y'all, but when you gain weight, it makes you feel like a completely different person. I already suffered from asthma my entire life. And when I was pregnant with my son, I got diagnosed with blood clots on my lungs. I was taking blood thinners for years because of that. And even when I got pregnant with my daughter, it made me a high-risk pregnancy because of the blood clots that I had on my lungs. So it was just a lot of things like playing against my health. And I felt like the weight was majority of the problem for me. I exercised, y'all. I dieted. I worked with trainers. I was on different vitamins and pill weight loss regimens. I was taking water pills. I've exercised. I have done the whole nine to try to lose weight. And when I say my weight fluctuated, that's why, because I was doing so many different things. So in 2023, I think the end of 2023, I decided to get on weight loss supplements. I started doing the semaglutide shots. I did the shots for about maybe 2.5 months. And I could be wrong. Y'all go back and look at my other vlogs. The timing may be a little off. But I did the weight loss shots for 2 or 2.5 months. I was doing them and checking in with my doctor monthly to see, how the weight loss was going. And to both her and my surprise, the shots were not working for me. And that was like a huge red flag. She immediately took me off the shots. She said, I'm not going to keep making you take this and you're not losing the weight like you should. So she said that she was seeing people lose anywhere between 5 to 8 pounds a week on these shots. And your girl was barely losing one. So she recommended me to a weight loss surgeon who is Dr. Michael Green here in Fort Worth at Live by Losing. He is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend him. 10 out of 10. Bedside manner is A1. He's really down to earth, cool. And not only that, y'all, he's educated. Like, he knows exactly what it is he's doing. He's done hundreds of surgeries, hundreds of successful surgeries. And I wouldn't recommend y'all to somebody that I didn't think was capable of doing the job. He is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Dr. Green. But I went to Dr. Green, went to a consultation. The consultation, instantly, I was like, yes, yes, yes. He checked every box for me. As we got to talking about my goals and what would work best for me, he recommended that gastric bypass would be best instead of the gastric sleeve. I wanted something more long-term, and what I've learned or gathered from people who have the sleeve, oftentimes the weight come back. And oftentimes those patients go back to get revisions to get the bypass. So I want it to be like a one and done situation and not have to get revisions, not have to go back and do something else. So the bypass just seemed to be what made more sense for me. Leading up to my surgery, of course, there was a lot of different appointments. There was heart doctors, there was mental health professionals that I had to go through. There was a nutritionist I had to visit once a month. It was literally 3 months of planning, preparation, going to these different doctors, getting clearance for the surgery. You cannot just jump in and get the surgery. First, you have to be referred by your primary care doctor, which I was. Then you have your consultation. Then you get your recommendation. And then you have to put in the work. Oftentimes people feel like having any type of weight loss surgery or taking any weight loss medications is the easy way out. And honestly, y'all, it's not. It's not. There is so much mental preparation that goes with it. It's a mindset change. It's a lifestyle change. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go have this surgery, lose this weight, and I ain't got to do nothing else. I still have to be physically active, y'all. I still have to pay attention to what I consume. I still have to count my calories and make sure I'm consuming the right amount of protein daily. It is a lifestyle change, y'all. So it's not the easy way out. Don't let nobody tell y'all that. So, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and pretend or act like this process was easy, because it wasn't. I think for me, the first 3 to 6 months was the hardest, only because it is a mental thing for sure. I don't want to say I ever had like an unhealthy relationship with food. There were times that I would overindulge, especially like sweets or like sugary things. But I've never been like a binge eater or like eat to get sick or anything like that. There was times that I did overeat, but it wasn't like an all the time thing. So for me, the first 3 to 6 months, especially going through like the liquid diet phase, was probably the hardest for me, because I had to mentally tell myself, you know, you're doing this for a reason. You know, you have to keep going. You're going to be happy with the results if you follow the regimen and do what it is you're supposed to do. So the liquid phase was the hardest. But once I got past the liquid phase and I was able to start eating things a little thicker, like soups, a little bit of salads here and there, yogurts, things like that, I was okay. The cottage cheese phase, like, that's when I became okay. By that time, I had already mentally told myself, like, girl, you got this. Every bite, I was like, girl, you got this. You got this. So, yeah. And then, of course, like the first couple of months, you can't exercise, you can't do any of those things because your incisions are healing. So being able to, like, well, not being able, but having to just lay around and not really do anything was kind of hard for me too, because I'm like an on the go girl. Like, I like to get out and about, and I couldn't really do that my first couple of months. But besides that, y'all, once I got cleared to work out, once I got cleared to go to solid foods, it was okay. I learned portion control really early on because I ordered things from Amazon, like little bowls and plates that was sectioned off to know like how much protein you need, how many carbs you need, how many veggies you need. And honestly, today, I still follow that. If I go out to eat, I'm ordering off the kids menu, or I'm ordering a meal, and as soon as my food come, I'm halving it and boxing the other half up to take home, and I'm only eating what's in front of me. And sometimes a meal can last me 2 or 3 days, y'all. Or if I go out to eat with several people, I can like eat off their plate and get full fast. I'm sorry, y'all. My neighbor's outside with his motorcycle. But yeah, like, I get full fast now. So things are the same. It's really the same. And I've like gotten to a comfortable spot to where like I know now, like, I can't have that, or I don't want that, or my body is not going to handle that properly. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy with my results. Like, for real, for real. But if I had to talk about the pros of the surgery, the biggest pro, of course, is the weight loss, y'all, and how fast it comes off. Like, I was losing so much weight a week in the beginning. It's definitely fluctuated and kind of slowed down for me now. Like, I'm at kind of a steady pace. But the first 3 to 6 months, it was coming off so fast, y'all. Like, my clothes was changing weekly. It was crazy. So I would say that is the biggest pro, is the weight loss. I think another pro would be just mental clarity. Like, you've done it, right? You've done the hard work, so you know what you're capable of, and now you're ready to do other hard things because you challenged yourself to do this. So that's another pro. I think the increased mobility for me, because like I said, I had really bad asthma, y'all. And me just going up one flight of stairs, I used to be winded. Me walking from my car into work, I used to be winded, y'all. Me going to sleep at night and laying on my back would ignite a asthma attack, y'all. It was just crazy, like how off my breathing was when I had so much weight on me. And I know that weight weighs on your heart and other organs as well. And now that I've lost the weight, y'all, I feel so much better. I can't even tell y'all when I had my last asthma attack. I mean, like, knock on wood, I don't want one, but I've just felt so much healthier since the surgery. I'm not winded. Even working out, y'all, I can get on a treadmill and run. I can run down my sidewalk in my neighborhood and not be winded. I chase my kids all the time. I'm not winded. Like, y'all, I just feel so much better. So I think those are the pros of the surgery. Okay, so now let's dive a little bit into the cons of the surgery, y'all. So I did read a lot on people having like hair loss. There was even some people that were losing like their teeth and things like that. All praises to God. I have not suffered with either one. I don't know if it's because like I take my vitamins on a regular. I know that plays a major part. Taking your multivitamin, taking collagen, taking what else do I take? Your probiotics, your calcium for sure. The calcium is most important. Like, I take those things on a regular daily. So that might play a huge part into why I didn't lose teeth or hair. But I can say one of the biggest cons for me is the skin, the loose skin. Now, I don't have a lot, but I definitely have some things I want to work on and get done in 2026. One of the main things is the tummy tuck. So I am looking into getting a tummy tuck. I am looking into getting a little lipo for my back fat. And I am looking to get like some of the skin removed on my lower arms on both sides. And like I said, y'all, I don't have a lot, but the little jiggly is there. Y'all see it. We're not going to front like it's not there. So those are some of the things that I want to work on in 2026. I don't know if I'm going to get clearance to get all of that done in 2026. I might have to move a portion of it to 2027. But for sure, those are one of the main cons for me. Another con would be the social setting part of it. So it's really weird now, like when I go out to eat or have drinks or whatever with my girls or my family, y'all, because I don't indulge or eat as much as I used to. So sometimes like I have to pass on some of the appetizers, or I get a cute little mocktail, something with no alcohol, just because you don't know how it's going to sit or settle on your stomach. And when you're out in public places, you don't know if it's going to come out from the mouth or the butt, you know? So I'd rather just be safe than sorry. So I always stick to like a cute little mocktail and a salad. And I'm just kind of working my way up from that until I figure out like what my body and my stomach really likes and dislikes. So the social setting thing is a little different. I'm also grossed out easily when I see people like overeating. That's another thing. And I don't say anything because I never want anybody to feel some type of way about what they do, because I know that at some point of my life, I used to be that girl, or I used to be there. So I'm just very mindful of like how I eat. And sometimes watching other people overindulge kind of like makes me queasy. I don't know if that makes sense. I promise you, I'm not trying to be judgy. Like, that's not my character at all. But I'm literally telling y'all my experience and how certain things make me feel. So I think though that wraps up my cons, okay? So moving on to some do's and don'ts. If I had to give y'all some do's, the main thing is making sure you follow up with your doctor on your monthly visits. I know post-surgery is normally like 3, 6, 9, 12-month visits. Reach out to your doctor if you're having any complications. Don't go by what you see on social media, what somebody's telling you, what somebody else may be experiencing. Everybody's experiences are different. Everybody's bodies are different. Everybody's doctors are different. People don't follow the same plans, y'all. So reach out to your medical professional if you have any complications or issues. Stay hydrated. Make sure you take your vitamins and follow your protein, y'all. Stick to the plan. The plan is given to you by your nutritionist at the very beginning before you even have the surgery. Stick to that plan, y'all. Those are definitely my do's. My biggest don't for you guys is to not worry about what other people think, believe, feel. This journey is yours. Embrace it how you see best fit and enjoy your journey. Don't let anybody tell you that having the surgery is wrong, it's the easy way out, because you know that it's not. So feel the things, go through all the things, but remember it's your journey and yours only. Okay, y'all. So in closing, would I recommend the surgery? Absolutely. 10 out of 10. Will highly recommend. Like I told y'all before, I would highly recommend my doctor, Dr. Michael Green in Fort Worth at Live by Losing. Would I do it again if I had to? Absolutely. And I wouldn't even think twice about it. So if you are wondering if you're making the right decision, please make sure you do your research yourself. Don't just go by what I'm saying. Do your research. Pray about it. Make sure it's what you really want to do.
Some really positive feedback about a medical experience.
Alexa, stop. See how she just be in my business, y'all? But anyway, do what's best for you, you guys. But yeah, I definitely will highly recommend it. I also just want to say or reveal. Let me reveal my current weight loss numbers right now. My highest weight was 291, and I'm currently down to 199, which means I have lost 92 pounds in 1 year. 1 year, I've lost 92 pounds. My goal is 195. Like I said, I'm at 199. And I'm fluctuating, y'all, because sometimes I see 201 on that scale. Sometimes I'm 199. So it's going up and down. But my goal was 195. So I am just happy that I am so close to my goal. I do have my 1 year post-op appointment at the end of January because they didn't have any openings this month. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to get on here and tell y'all what he said at my post-op appointment, my 1 year appointment. But yeah, so I'm going to include some clips of pictures and videos at the end of this to show y'all my before and my after. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, please leave them down in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them in my next video. Again, thank you guys for tuning in with me. Vibe Tribe, y'all are the best. Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video in 2026. Bye.